Timmy! Timmy!
No, it's Jimmy. Blah, blah, blah. I'm Jimmy James, by the way. Good morning. Dzień dobry. Nie mówię po polski, angielski. Dziękuję bardzo. Wisla Krakow. Jazda. Not going too well in the sparring today, but it is just sparring. What we've got is the final moments of... I couldn't find any live streams today of the game. So I thought what we would do is, if you look down here at the bottom right, we'll go through the some of the Facebook comments about this game with Wisla. And obviously you can see down here what's actually going on live. It's not going too well at the moment. Wisla Krakow won. Oh, dear me. Yeah. Puszcza. Or Puszcza. Oh. One of the main things I wanted to talk about today was, with this game, and when you can't see it, you don't know what the intensity is. So my guess is it's not going to be too intense. But there's a comment on Facebook which I replied to, and it was I'll tell you who it was from in a moment, and I replied and totally agreed. I don't understand the point of Angel Redado playing in this game. I've not seen it, like I said, so how many minutes he's played, whether he's even played, I couldn't tell you. But he's certainly in the lineup to be starting. And he's one of our prized assets, so what on earth is he doing taking part in this sparring match? Surely it's not just for fitness. Can't just be for that. But apparently he is in the lineup. So whether he's how bad would Marius Jopp feel? And not just Marius Jopp and the staff if Redado picked up an injury. I mean, it doesn't even have to be from a dodgy tackle or anything like that. It could just be from turning your ankle. You know, who knows? Look at Cutway. Did it on a sprinkler, where the sprinklers come out of the ground. He was out for a couple of weeks, wasn't he? He got his place back straight away, though, which is a vote of confidence from Marius Jopp, that is for sure. Because Grudzic, it was who stood in for him. And, yeah, as soon as Cutway was fit, he was straight back in that side. And Grudzic had a good debut at home. Well impressed with that. But yeah, looking down, if we look down at some of the comments here, obviously the scoreline was up there. It was 3-0. It's not at the moment. It's 4-1, so the same difference, but at least we're on the score sheet. Let's have a look who the goal scorer was for Wisla. Let's have a look. I know Igbekim it was. Do you know, since Igbekim has come back to the club, I think he's done really well. He's made, he's not started, but he's come on at substitute, scored an absolute screamer, and yeah, he's done really well. So it was 3-0 at half time to Puszcza. They scored on 14 minutes through Basse, then on 26 minutes through Basse again, and Francois on 39 minutes, making it 3-0 to the away side. So I'm not sure what we're going to find from this game. Maybe it's just... I don't even know if there's any supporters allowed in the ground, or... I've got to translate these, so apologies for that. Ore... In English, that would be Ore Ale. I'm assuming it's Ore Ale. As quoted on Facebook, what's he putting in there? It's starting for a moment, the beginning of playing, winning, and the feathers have grown from behind the delight, and the end of the game, psychology is bad. Therefore, I hope the vision does not ruin, as always. Not quite sure what he's trying to say there, but I'm from my pigeon Polish, I think, kind of saying, don't let the rot set in with defeats, and after a great start, Sadowski Krysiek has replied And basically just saying it's sparring. So don't take too much into it. That'll have disappeared now. Right. Let me just sort my little window out down here. Let's sort my little window. Actually, that's slightly better. Yeah, there we go. Perfect-ish. Jarek Janzek, what's he saying here? Let's see what the translation is. Wisla Krakow without 10 sure points on Odropole plus Redado, also under control. Sparring does not matter. So Jarek is saying it's just sparring, which it is. Let's be honest. Let's see the replies underneath from Marcin Ratchter. Jarek matters because the honour of this team is good players from the previous year, and part of it is this year's reinforcements. Yeah, so what he's saying there is, even though it's sparring, you do want to be winning, but also the new signings that have come in will be playing today. And I think that's the main thing about it, getting the players that have come in to be playing in a semi-competitive game. Because the more game time you get together, the more you will gel as a squad, as a unit, as a team. So it can only be a good thing. But yeah, it would be nice to have the victory. But like it says, it's just sparring. It's mostly about getting used to maybe playing a system, playing with each other. And it makes you wonder. I mean, when 92 minutes gone, it is going to be a victory. There we are. We've just ended now. Wisla Krakow 1, Puszcza 4. So the stats will be there as well. So it's not been a good day results wise, but I'm pretty sure Marius Sharp and the coaching staff at Wisla will have taken something from this game today. They will definitely have taken something, and they've probably sent the players out with instructions to say, look, don't go getting injured unnecessarily. You know, if you turn an ankle, nothing you can do about that. But you can't wrap everybody in cotton wool. But I was surprised to see that Redado was playing. Like I said, I haven't seen the stream, so I don't know if he's played any minutes or if he was just on the team sheet. But he does need wrapping up a little bit, that is for sure. Anya Knapik says, gentlemen, strive, fight, but without excessive hate from sisters and brothers. After all, it's only sparring. Totally agree with you. Totally agree with you, Anya. That's going to be my daughter-in-law's name, Anya. Have I not told you I'm hopefully going to get a Polish daughter-in-law? I hope she doesn't see this. Our eldest son, because it'll be putting him under pressure. But, to have a Polish daughter-in-law. Superb. Is Jimmy excited? You bet he is. Could even end up with Polish grandchildren then. Superb. This be supporting Wisla Krakow, that's for sure, if I have my way. What were the other two replies? From Maciej Frączki, Novi. Anyanapik, no. That, it says, well, that relieved me a little. Aye. Yeah, it's only sparring. Sebastian Carr. What's Sebastian saying? And we have injuries, eh? Well, that was 51 minutes ago. I hope Sebastian doesn't mean... I think what he's saying is, do we get injuries from this game? That's the concern, isn't it? That is the concern with... it's like Redado playing. Excuse me. I'm a little bit disappointed that I couldn't find the stream. Because Ardit Nikaj, I want to see more of Ardit Nikaj. Ultimately, I want to see Ardit Nikaj and Redado playing as a two up front. Whether we'll play that, I don't know. But Marius Siradsky, what's he saying? Marius says, what all Poland has from you, keep crying, sparring doesn't matter. And before the season, if they won, what important matches are, because the team is gaining confidence. Come on, keep commenting, there will be more laughter. Well, I kind of agree with Marius there, you know. You can have a great pre-season, but what ultimately does it matter? You don't get any points for having a good pre-season or a good winter break. It's only the league match that really counts. And I think what he's referring to is there's a lot of laughing emojis that Wisla have not had the best of day results wise, but you can bet they've learnt a lot. They've learnt a lot from playing with each other, and that's what these games are about. It amazes me that there's actually betting on these games. You know, if this was a league match, Wisla would be strong favourites, and they would have been favourites for today. But obviously, when it's sparring, there kind of is no rules as well, is there? You know, oftentimes they'll do 3 30-minute matches. They'll do, you know, with so many substitutions and changes, and that's what it's about. It's about trying things, experimenting, maybe trying little different systems for 20 minutes to see how it works, and that's what it's about. So the fact that there's betting on these matches, anyone who bets on these matches, blimey, you must be pretty desperate to put a bet on. Miko Gzebian, what's he saying there? Is there a stream anywhere? No, not that I've seen. Not that I've seen. And Tomasz Niaziowski, he replied, nie ma. So basically, no. Bartosz Jerskak, he's talking about Bidzev with Jagiellonia also won big in sparring, I remind you, and they play as they play. Not sure what he means by that, but I think basically they're not having the best seasons, but they're winning the friendly matches or the pre-season. Octavian Bison says, you've got your sparring shit. Right, let's see what the replies are to that. Miroslav Spiergula, apologies, I know I butchered that name. He's saying sparring is part of the preparation. Good point. Good point. This is what it's all about. These are the games where you can try different things out. I would have loved to have seen, it involves playing Ridado though, so maybe not, but I would love to have seen a 4-4-2 with Ardit and Ridado up front. This is what I was talking about when we played Legnica. Basically giving us a chance to overload the fullbacks and either get the ball into the box or drive into the box. Because when teams are finding it, and this is what Wisla will find now as the season goes on, Wisla will find that teams will play like Legnica did against us. Go narrow, in between the 18-yard line, you know, the tram lines, defend that, let Wisla down the sides, balls coming in, defend them. And I think we need to be getting down the side, overlapping though, and pulling the fullbacks out, creating that gap then in the middle and drive towards the area. And as soon as that happens, as soon as that player gets beat, everybody then, somebody's got to cover, it creates space. And that's what we need. At the moment, we just get crowded out on the edge of the penalty area. And more teams will pick up on that, that is for sure. Ori Ali says, there are too many naive people behind this Wisla here in the comments. Hopes and the footballers don't give a fuck again. Oriale, it's starting for a moment, the beginning of playing, winning, and the feathers. Oh, we've done that one. What's that? Go live match, go live. I couldn't find anything. I also had internet issues last night doing a live stream on the rugby, and my phone was playing up. Luckily, the internet to the OBS was fine. Valdek Sideki says they played great as new purchases came. Yeah, we've definitely strengthened the team. Darius Putriske says sparring with a strong reserve team and everyone's panicking. Yeah, I don't think it was a reserve team. Yeah. Andre EK, yeah, he says this lineup is not that much reserve at all. That's true, but you've got to think as well, what are they trying? How much effort are they actually putting in? Another Darius Chekala. That's how it might be. 6 more wins and counting. I hope I'm mistaken. Not too sure what he's trying to say there. That's how it might be. 6 more wins and counting. Hope I'm not mistaken. I think maybe what he's saying there is with the translation. He hopes it's not. He hopes it's not the end now when we revert back to type of last year. Too many draws, too many drop points. Gregors Valas. Well, the reserves showed up. They weren't reserves. They definitely weren't reserves. If you look at the players who were involved today, not reserves, but yeah, they didn't. The reserve. Yeah, I'm just so what I think he means with his Polish humour. They played like they should be in the reserves. Maybe that was 44 minutes ago when the result wasn't going too well. Christian Skaberski, he certainly finds a humorous side in it with a aha. Vukash Pioran. Wisla Krakow can't post sparring results because some people think that the sparring results reflects the form of the first team at all without taking into account what sparring is played for. They are already moaning in the comments as if we are about to drop to second in the league. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Very true indeed, Bukash. What was the reply that he got? This would be an interesting one. Oh, it was from Wisła. Well said. Agreed. Agreed. That was coming from Wisła. Yeah, don't worry about the results today. That's not what it's for. And the good thing is, it shows that Wisła are reading your posts. Comrade Zavadsky, some ice on your head, folks. Where is a coach supposed to try something new and test other players? In the league, question marks. No, comrade. And as you rightly point out, these are the games where you try things out. Forget the score. Forget the score. And that goes back to, if you're thinking of having a wager or a parlay on one of these games, you need your head testing. What's that? Przemysław Vitek. Apologies. Probably need to go a little bit wider with that, don't I? Let's go a little bit wider so we can see who is commenting. Right, let's try that again. There we are. Przemysław Vitek lives in Poland. What's he saying? It's really laughable that those Wislands lose sparring with such a forest. With sparring, this team that came out to the match is just laughing because how can such a forest not exist? It probably means something totally different in Polski, but that's what the translation to English is, which I don't quite understand. And who's next? Oh my word. Niezide Entifikovane. Oh my word, that has really tested my Polish and my trying to get my tongue around that, so apologies. But what's being said? Why the hell expose Ronaldo in a match like this? This is what I kind of agree with. Only in the league, when the result is certain, the coach takes him down and plays something like this from minute 1. Where is the logic in this? So, Matthias Kremachol says in reply, must be these young folk. Not sure what he means by that, whether he's agreeing or not. But yeah, I kind of agree. In this game, why does Ronaldo even need to play? He's only got to turn his ankle or something like that. So this comment that's down here, you can kind of see where people are split. Obviously, he could do it in training any day of the week, but you only need some idiot to target Ronaldo, and it can all go pear-shaped really quickly. So for me, yeah, he does need a little bit of wrapping up in cotton wool. Right, let's have a look over here. What's going on next? So we kicked off there. Let's have a look at some of the comments. So first up was Tadeusz Daniek. (2-0) for the Wild. I'm assuming why are they called the Wild? Does anybody know? If you can let me know in live chat or leave a comment, because I do love Wisla Krakow, but I don't know every nuance of the league, and it's difficult with the translation. Let's try and get that sorted. Matthias Sedenis says, what's he saying here? The machine started again. Not sure what's going on. Not sure what's going on there with that look. What's this? Piotr Krukiewicz says, it's just sparring. Why get excited about the result? Worse injuries, but it's inevitable. Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if there is any injuries coming out of this game. Matthias Sikora is saying, why does Ronaldo play in sparring? There's kind of a bit of a... Let's see what the reply was from David Mikoweczki. Nice bike there, mate. Get some levers on though, not them shorts. Hopefully that was just for the photo op. And he's saying meeting with Nikar. That'll be... I'm assuming what he's saying there is that he's going to be playing some minutes with Ardit Nikaj, trying to get them two playing together. So fingers crossed. That's what he's trying to say there, and it would be nice, but it's just always that worry about getting some injury. Tadeusz Daniek, and he's saying, very nice photo there, mate. Is there a stream anywhere? I couldn't find one. Sebastian Stockloser says, I conquer the question. Yeah, I don't think there is anything. And Norbert Puszcza says, nie. Nie. If you didn't know, that's not in Polish. Oh, it's so difficult. It's such a difficult language to learn. I just love the Polish people. I love Poland. Just fantastic. Did I mention I might have a Polish daughter-in-law? I'm excited about that. Just a little bit. Anya, make an honest man of him. Give me some Polish grandbabies. They won't see this stream, so I'm all right. Hope they don't, anyway. What does Tadeusz Daniek say to that? And where do they play the thinkers? Don't know what he means by that. So in the original Polish, that is Gdzie graża w Myślnikach. Apologies, butchered it again. But you're only going to get better by practicing. Maybe we'll call this my sparring stream. You know, trying to do a little bit of Polish and get away with it then. Pavel Jaros. What's Pavel saying here when the score was, we're playing, it's 0-3 already. Giving it the old. Yeah, that'll be fine. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Cosmo. What's Cosmo saying? Cosmo, the Forest is our Waterloo. We won't win against them. So there's obviously that history between, I can't even say the name proper, Puszcza. That we don't have a good history against. Let's have a look at the head-to-head. Right, Cosmo. We'll have a look at the history and see where we're going with this. Let's have a look at head-to-head. So in the past, oh my word. Cosmo. It's not until you look at it, look back at it. We do not have a good record, do we, against Puszcza. Maybe that's why we've had this sparring match today, mainly so we can see what they're up to. But whether that, what you can gain by seeing the away side spar as well would be minimal. So today we've lost 4-1. The last result was 1-1 before today. Then it was 1-0 to Puszcza. Then it was 4-1 to Puszcza back in 2023. And 2-1 to Puszcza. So Cosmo, I see exactly what you mean when you're saying the Forest is our Waterloo. We won't win against them. Right, let's see what the comments are underneath. Top fan, Tomek Batko. Right, Tomek. He said, good, it is just sparring. So he's not concerned, Tomek, at all. And further replies from Cosmo. Sparring, not sparring. I think that we would have a better chance of victory with Lek or Legnica than with the Bush. Well, she's not lying on us. Yeah, he's convinced that we have just got. See what he's trying to say here. Well, you've got your bogey teams. Legnica at the moment is Wisła's bogey teams, and obviously, Puszcza is also a bit of a bogey team. JM Gabriel, what's JM saying? From Miami in Florida. Cosmo, we have no rival who defends himself up to 30 meters. Yeah, so in other words, they're parking the bus, the whole mechanics, everything. They're parking the lot in front of the goal, and it's up to us to break them down. David Pomeranier, is there a stream? Sadly not, David. Sadly not. And hello. Yeah, it's not live, it's finished. I'm just going through Facebook. Wisla got beat. We had a sparring match today, friendly. And yeah, it didn't go well. Ronaldo supposed to have played, but we're worried he's going to get an injury. Here we are. And Jakob Derville, already it's 0-3 in the back and a Grudzic injury. Oh, that's not what we want. That's not what we want at all. So we're going to have to find out. I mean, these things happen, like we've said. But Jakob Derville is pointing out that Grudzic is injured. That's not good. Not good at all. Hopefully we'll get some more detail on that. I can't see. Sergej Limarenko. I don't know where you've got that from about the injury, but I can't read. I can't translate that. So if anybody can translate that, leave us a comment. And ironically enough, underneath, Arek Arkadiusz has put on, hopefully, no injuries. Who's replying to Arek? Jakob Derville. Jakob Derville says, Grudzic recovers from injury. Hopefully it's nothing serious. Arik replying, which means traditional is maintained. But we don't want. Oh, right. We don't want Grujic to be injured. He's going to be a great player for Wisla. I just got that feeling. I've got that feeling. However, if he's out for a few weeks, let's not be panicking. Let's be thinking, all right, so he's out. He's not even starting at the minute unless Krakow was out. Krakow comes back. Krakow will be in the team. So, no drama there. But it would be good to have a full squad to choose from. But the good thing is, if anybody gets injured now, we have got cover. And quality cover as well. Marcin Wodek says, give us a smile. Oh, that's a Polish smile, Marcin. I'll give you that one. It says 0-3, not bad. Sky TV Go Live match. I don't think it was on Sky TV. I didn't see it anyway. That's for sure. Although I've had internet issues anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to get it. Isha Bizimurska. She gives us one of them, and we're on fire. I don't know if that's sarcasm or maybe she is not a Wisla fan. Who knows? Let's have a look. Is she a Wisla fan? Doesn't tell us. What's this? Regina Schlebder. Yeah, she's put the screenshot up of, yeah, that's from Flash Score. Not looking good, is it, on the score sheet? But like we've said, this is not what it's about. It's all about, it's all about trying things out to get the score. Look at this comment down here. Oh my word. Sebastian Witt. Right, and this is humour, I'm sure. This is because he's a top fan. So you're not a top fan if you don't have humour and you're a follower. And his comment is, and that's a wrap for this season. I hope that's not in respect of Grudgic's injury. Maybe you know something more. Hopefully not. And Mateusz Mikolaj Kirepko says, will he beat Sparring? Yeah, it's Sparring. No problem. What's that? Sky TV? Nah, it won't be on there. Surely not. And Mitchell Polak, new Facebook account. What are they denying there? Not sure what that's about. So yeah, so we were up and running. As you can see, there's some mixed. Right, there was the starting lineup. So as you can see, Lakiewicz in goal, Joseph Colley, Redado, Ardik Nikaj, Igbekin, Bozic, Sukianiki, Omic in the team as well. Lasicki, captain, Grujic, and Geiger. Well, the other thing is, I've ordered some merchandise as well from the club shop, so hopefully that's going to get delivered to the UK pretty soon. Just got another couple of T-shirts. Every little helps. I was going to get the new black top, but I couldn't quite get to grips with the sizing. So until I do, I'll let's have a look at the comments on this. Let's have a look at the comments. Who's panicking and who's not? So first up, we've got Kuba Zielinski, sorry. He's saying, rolled, question mark, sparring in with the wilderness, question mark, we will be ploughing it all season on every front. Yeah, Going to be a good season for Wisla, and let's be honest, we are going up. We will be going up into the extract classer. I'm pretty confident of that. Saying that about Wisla and confident is, you don't always get that in the same sentence, but yeah, we're going up. We're going up. Prezemo Bines. What's Prezemo saying? Let's have a look. See the translation. And what is supposed to lie for 2 weeks because there is a break for the national teams. After all, it's typical sparring to keep the rhythm of the match. Yeah, that's it. Get the rhythm of playing. Not everybody's going to be on international duty, are they? You've got a reply to that. Somebody replied, Helmut Cott says, I hope this is our Ace's brother. I hope this is our Ace's brother. I'm wondering if that's... I know what he means. I think what he's saying is that is Redardo's brother who this was signed for the reserve team. I think the reserve team, did they play in the Betclic 3 or something like that? It's slightly different how the leagues and the teams work in Poland. Yeah, well, I know what he means there. That'll be Redardo's brother who was signed for the reserve team. Got to give him a reply. Let's view all 5. So next up it was Maciej Novrot. Said, what a moronic commentary. Read what you wrote, dude. I'm not quite sure why. It's obviously referring to Redardo's brother who we've signed. Maybe I'm missing something in translation. Helmut Cott says, got to have a little sense of humour. For sure. You certainly do. And that was definitely humorous. David Depset says, I've got to translate that one. He's probably pulling himself into the game. Zygmunt Kuljic, he says, exactly, let's hope nothing else happens to him. Well, I think now the game's ended, as you can see down here, I think the only issue was around Grudzic. That's the only, and I've no more details on that. We'll try and find something out for you, and as soon as we have it, join us this afternoon. We've got FootballCommentary, all the goals from around the UK and Europe as they go in. We've not got a full card because obviously there's the international matches, so I think the Premier League's off, maybe the Championship, but we'll have Leagues 1 and 2, all the non-league stuff as well. So there's still plenty of football, that is for sure. Rafa Luco, sorry. Right. We missed that one. We'll get it back. We'll get it back. Have a look at the more comments. There we go. Right. How far did we get? We got to Rafael Luvko. So he's just 3 points after the Wisla. The humour. Somebody underneath, now I've not clicked on this yet, you can see here, but somebody underneath is going to be saying, I guarantee it, they'll be saying, you fool, it's not a league match and that, but I'm pretty sure Rafael will know that. He's baiting people. Who's fell for the bait? Who's fell for it? Lukasz, Purin, what are you saying? Did you fall for it? Let's see the translation. No, not at all. They get 6 points for sparring. Marcin Mavek. What's Marcin going to be saying? Come on, dude. Got up and still holding it, apparently. Yeah. Everything. I won't go into that one. That's Polish humour for you. Don't ever say Polish people do not have humour. What's Rafa saying to that one? See the translation. Doesn't count for the chart. Is that the first person? Have you bit? Or is that just you being humorous as well? Eric Jarecki. Yeah. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's not what I think. What he's trying to say is, yeah, no, it doesn't count towards the points. But I think the humour was already has run dry by now. Marcin Godinia. What's he saying? I need this sparring after shit still with those loggers from near Pomosh. I can't say it. Apologies, I just can't say it. Oh, dear me. What's Patrick Cassell saying? Patrick is saying, according to me, it's a pity to torture Ronaldo and risk unnecessary injury. Kind of agree. It's all right now that the game is over and it looks like the only injury was to Grujic, then you can kind of see, yeah, well, if he's getting game time with Ardit Nikaj, then it's all worth it. But it's just that risk, isn't it, of him picking up an injury. Then, yeah. But I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this. I've got to say, I'm genuinely on the fence. He's obviously got to keep his sharpness up, keep his fitness up. And they have all of the technical people there, don't they, where you've got the stuff on your body. They know how far you've run. They know how much hydration you've got, all that sort of stuff. So I'm not sure what else they can do. Players have got to play. And if you ask a player, do you want to play? They're always going to say, yeah, aren't they? Unless you're Isaac and you want to go to Liverpool. That's another story, though. Simon Gliver. What's Simon saying? Let's see the translation. Where is the rest of the benches? Were they at the Harvest Festival? Or what has happened? Yeah, I wonder what the... it's kind of like the players who aren't getting a game at the moment. This would have been a good opportunity, but I've got a feeling Marius Shop is trying things with his starters. As much, maybe it's a little change to shape or something like that. There'll be some reason behind it. Robert Strizovsky, what's Robert saying? Let's have a look. Robert is saying, why is Lisicky the captain? Every time Ronaldo hands over the band, we lose. After Ronaldo's contract extension until 2030, he should be given a ban for the rest of his career at Wisla, and not that Lisicky, who has done nothing big for Wisla, does not stand out in any way on the pitch, suddenly gets the band. Blimey, Robert. Blimey, O'Reilly Governor. Not impressed with Lisicky, is he? He's not impressed with Lisicky at all. Everybody's got their opinion. Marcin Sendo with an update there. And it's, 1-4. Which, as you can see from below, that was the final result. Akajies Vasiek, what's he saying? Well, Mr. Sukianiki, a chance like never before to finally jump to a higher level. Arcadius, I kind of agree with you, and I don't know if you've ever seen my live streams, but he frustrates me. Sukianiki really frustrates me. Got the talent. He can do some really, really good things for the team, and then he'll do something like a 5-yard pass that will go straight out of play, or he'll overrun the ball and give the ball away, and it's almost like his brain's thinking too fast for his feet. He needs to sort that out, because with the players that are coming in, he's going to end up getting the flick soon, or he's going to be requesting a move, because he won't get in the team. He will not get in the team if he carries on like he is. So, yeah, I agree. He needs to up his game, and I'm sure he will. It's just, hopefully, he'll do it quickly. Marius Ryback says, until half-time, 0-3. Yeah, let's not get hung up on the score. Let's get hung up on who's not got injured. Hopefully the injury to Grujic isn't too bad. Lukasz Gavinsky. Lukasz is saying, what's the point of giving Ronaldo a match like this? This is a guy who must be taken care of. He can specifically tell a young man to step in his feet to eliminate him from the league. I think what he's saying there is that the away side today could have put someone on the pitch who just go and get stuck into him. And there we go. Jimmy James replied. Jimmy James says, totally agree. He's a prized asset and should be treated so. Yeah. He needs to be looked after. You don't want someone going, having a right pop at him. Miłosz Babik says, Diego Brat. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. What do you mean, Milosh? Gregor's Pure Tech. He says, instead of this sparring, couldn't this squad, except Ronaldo, play in the reserves yesterday? Can you do that? I was thinking about this the other day. I don't know what the rules are with the reserve team. Can you only play so many people who are going to play in the first team, or is there a time limit of when they can play so they can use it for fitness, but not actually to win the league? Kuba Novak, Kuba. What's Kuba saying? I see translation. And 20 reserve boys should play 5. Don't know what he means. I don't know what he means. Yazak Prisbailo. He says, yeah, let them play with the Forest. So I only came on to do a quick stream. How long's this been going now? I've been going 48 minutes. I've got to get ready for this afternoon stream. So there is literally some mixed opinion as to who should have played today. And yeah, I'm kind of still on the fence a little bit. If I had a gun at my head and somebody said, does Ronaldo play today in this game or not? I would have said, no, he doesn't. He doesn't. But obviously, what's Sebastian Antovic saying there about he's not happy about Ronaldo? I can't translate that either. Apoko Ronaldo. All right. I won't repeat that, but you can read it for yourself. And it's a royal one as well. Right. On that note, all I will say is thanks for joining me. Sorry we couldn't bring you the live stream. I couldn't find one. So this will have to do. It's not going to go away results-wise, but I'm pretty sure the manager and the players will have learned something today. Fingers crossed the injury to Grujic is not a bad one. And if it is, wish him a speedy recovery. I'm going to go and get ready for this afternoon stream now. But yeah, thanks for joining me. If you're watching this on catch up later on, feel free to leave a comment. If you haven't done so already, please hit that subscribe button. And if you can give us a thumbs up, that'd be superb. Ping that notifications bell. You will never miss a stream or video. We always have as much update video as we can, and we do all Wiswa's games live, apart from the ones like this where we can't get a stream. I am Jimmy James. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back soon. Click that subscribe button.